What's up, everybody? I want to explain why I think we can learn from Source Filmmaker, or SFM. Now, SFM is a video capture and editing application that works from inside the Source game engine. The tool was created by Valve Corporation, a video game company, and was used to create over 50 animated shorts for his games. These games are like Team Fortress 2, the Left 4 Dead series, and Half-Life 2. But that's not why I'm here. No, I'm here to talk about SFM videos on YouTube and what we as producers can learn from them, and that is storytelling. We're going to look at one of my all-time favorites SFM videos, Once Upon a Time in Two Fort Part 2, about Konstantin. More specifically, the one sequence in the video which is perhaps the most impactful moment in the entire series. It's a story within a story. It is in this moment we see the rebirth of our character, a change in our protagonist, the Scout. Now, the moment starts after an intense fight sequence where everything goes wrong for our protagonist. Most films continue riding the adrenaline until the very end, often with the viewers feeling high and great about themselves when the film is over. Konstantin, however, doesn't do this. Instead, he slows it down, bringing everything to a quiet stop almost. The sequence starts without any music, only the characters' voices. The music cue doesn't come up until Scout has given up all hope and sees his friend's pistol. What follows is a gentle guidance of the audience into Scout's thoughts, which are shown, not spoken. Konstantin does this by bringing everything to a crawl, bringing us, the audience, to Scout's level. Once we reached it, Konstantin flows into the next cut with a 7-second black screen that is faded in and faded out. This technique tells us that in those 7 seconds, Scout was fully committed about shooting himself. That is more intense than the fight scene, because in those 7 seconds, we didn't know what to do, just like Scout did. However, he doesn't, and we are instead directed to the case that his team worked hard to get, which is colored red and standing out from the background, which is blue, very brightly. A beacon, if you will. This is Konstantin's way of telling us that this case is important to Scout. It is his lifeline, his only reason to not give up. What follows is him crawling towards a light, or the capture point, which is much brighter than the previous scenes or sequences. It's almost like 1 Peter 2:9, which says, "For he called you out of the darkness and into his wonderful light." The simple way to put it is, this is the moment in the story that we see a rebirth in Scout. He is no longer in the past, the darkness, and is instead in a new light, the present. Konstantin gives us a sequence which could be a story in of itself, but instead is simply a smaller part of a much bigger story. A quote from James Clavell explains it beautifully. All stories have a beginning, middle, and an ending, and if they're any good, the ending is a beginning. This sequence is an ending to a much smaller part of a major story. However, it is a beginning for Scout, as it is his transition into a new character, a new protagonist, a new way of seeing and beholding Scout. This is something that I believe we can learn from SFM videos, especially some like Once Upon a Time in Two Fort Part 2, a way of telling a story within a story.